If you're watching this and you're still not farming hype, you're the exit liquidity getting farmed by your favorite influencer and his little pump and dump cabal. While you're watching TikToks and you're stuck watching top 10 altcoin YouTube videos, real degens are quietly farming the biggest airdrop that could be worth millions. No hype, no noise, just pure profits. And when the second airdrop for hype token drops, the people watching this who are too lazy to act will be coping in the replies. I'm giving you the playbook. If you keep watching this video towards the end, you'll know everything so you farm instead of getting farmed from now on. Let's get into this. Look at this. This guy farmed over 1 million hype tokens, and he did so without being some giga whale, an early investor, or some influencer. He's just a smart farmer who knew what to do and where to be at the right time before everyone else. And that's what I'm going to share with you here. There's another opportunity that you don't want to miss. And if you miss this, you're going to regret it. I'm telling you. And here's the kicker. Most casual farmers who follow the same strategy I'm about to share here walked away with $10,000 to $40,000 for free. No token buys, no pre-sales, no ICOs, just farming the right protocol the right way. While everybody is out chasing the next big meme coin and getting rugged, a handful of us are following a calculated strategy to farm the next 5 easily to 6-figure airdrop. Some of us are going to be pulling out 7 figures from this, just like the hype token. As you see here, it's the average person walked off with $11,000, and this is the average person. So I'm going to walk through this next opportunity from start to finish that is still under the radar, and you have the best setup here that I've seen in a long time that will be one of the best airdrops for 2025. So Hyperliquid changed the game with the airdrop. No VCs, no insiders, just straight activity, just trading on their exchange. It was simple as that. If you're using a DEX, if you're using any other centralized exchanges like Coinbase or Binance or any other place to trade, you might as well be trading on one of these perp DEXs that'll be giving you free cash money for just trading on their exchange. So I've got a list of a bunch of these here that I've curated, and I've farmed a bunch of these, making tens of thousands of dollars from a lot of these, adding up to a big number there. And I have it all right here in my newsletter. You can sign up with just an email. So let's get right into it. I shared with you previously Paradex, which I think is still a great opportunity. So you can either pair this up with Paradex or this other one here. So let's go over Lighter. If you're using Lighter, you might as well be doing this strategy that I'm about to share with you. So let's go over here to Hyperliquid. And if you don't know what this is a perp DEX. This just means that you can use leverage with trading any of these tokens. So right now I'm sharing with you a spot exchange. So there's a difference here. There's no leverage with any of these spot markets. There's quite a good selection of the most important ones like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and if we go to the perp market, there's also quite a bit here. I have some of my favorites favorited here just with the star. So we have pretty big leverage up to 40x with Bitcoin. We have some other ones like Hype with 5x. So there's a limit to the amount of leverage you can have with some of these. It goes as low as 3x with some of these like FTT and WCT. And it gives you a bunch of other data here like the 24-hour change in price, the 8-hour funding, and the volume and open interest. So you can pick from this list here based on whatever you want to filter out. And you can also categorize it up here. They have all these different categories that you can select from, so it can make it easier to pick out which tokens you want to trade. But if you want to see all of them, just click on perps, which I've done right there. I'm going to click on one of these like Sui or Sol, something that I know that is on all these other exchanges. I think Sol is a really good choice. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing here and how I'm not going to be losing any of these trades, because whenever I'm doing a directional trade, such as I have these 3 open positions here with Prompt, Layer, and BNB, I'm long on all of these. And right now the market's going against me. So I'm going to share with you how you can actually get activity, get trading volume, which is one of the most important things here. And this is a strategy where you will not lose with any of your trades, and you're going to be taking advantage of 2 different airdrops simultaneously. So first, I need you to get a deposit made onto the exchange. You need to create a wallet here. So if you haven't done that already, I'll show you the basics of that. So just click on connect to your wallet. I prefer Rabby Wallet, and I suggest to use that. And right here will make you connect to it and assign a transaction if you have not made a wallet before. I've created one already. That's why I just went right into this right here. And you'll have to create a deposit as well. You can make deposits coming from Arbitrum, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. And you have to make the deposits in different types of stablecoins. So I prefer USDC, but if you have Tether, you could also do that. And I prefer to do it on Arbitrum because it is the cheapest network to send funds through. So I've already done that. You'll have to do that if you haven't already. So just do those two things, create the wallet and make your deposits from any of those three chains with any of those three stable coins that they provide you. So once you've done that, you'll see that you have your deposit in here that you can see in your portfolio, and you can see your profit and loss as well. Has some really good information about all the balances you have, the positions, the orders, the history you have here for funding, withdrawals, everything that you really need to be looking at here, you can take a look at, and it gives you that info here. So let me just show you some passive ways to qualify for this airdrop, and I think will be like a bonus for activity that you're doing on here that will give you some more incentives for the next airdrop for round 2, which is going to be equal or if not bigger to the last airdrop that they were giving out. So this is why I'm so bullish on this exchange. It's one of the best exchanges for a decentralized finance app that I've used. So this is a great way to get involved very easily. Just buy some hype tokens. So if you go over here, you can transfer your balance between the spot balance to the staking balance. And if you don't have any tokens, you can just buy them here. Just go to the spot market. Let's go over there. Let's click on hype. And then you can go ahead and buy your tokens. Just do like maybe 10 tokens, 10 hype tokens. And you can click on, right here, I don't have enough funds. I would have to switch and deposit my funds into this account because they're separated by a perp account, a spot account. They have the EVM accounts as well if you wanted to use their EVM chain. So they have these different accounts you can transfer to each one of them depending on which account you need to use for the perps, spot, or the EVM. So I already have some staked here, so that's why I'm not going to do all that, but you can see that once you have it staked, you can click over here to stake tokens. You can click on max, and then you can deposit your tokens. You can select the validator. I've selected Nansen and Hyper Collective as I believe that they're the most likely to do an airdrop regarding their staking platform. So I like that validator, so that's the one I picked. You can pick any of the ones that you like. And the other way is through the vaults. There's the Hyperliquid Provider Vault, which is just called the HLP. And it provides you 9% APR. And the yield is coming from the traders' losses from here. So if the traders are winning, you are not going to get a yield. You're going to get a negative yield here. So as long as the traders are losing, which is typically what happens, you'll be getting a decent yield, I think. This just experienced a huge loss a couple of weeks ago, so this is why the yield is pretty low considering most other platforms, as you'll see here. I'm going to compare it to a couple other of these, and you'll see how much lower this yield is compared to some of the other ones. And that's just because of the profit and losses of the traders. So you're providing liquidity for these traders to use, and you get rewarded because of it. So this is a easy way to start getting points and activity into the platform. Just go over here, click on deposit, and you'll deposit USDC into this vault. And you'll be getting 9% on your USDC deposit. I think the best way to start really building up a lot of these points. Another good way, let me not really skip over this, but you want to share your referral link if you could do that. There's the points that you see here that get built up, but you click over here on referrals and go ahead and share your referral link. That's a really good way to start earning points as well. So now we're here at the trading portion of it, which is where you'll build up most of your activity for those points. And this is where the other DEX comes in. So let's first do the trade on this DEX. Actually, I need to go to the perps. Just make sure you're on perps and not spot here. And let's go to Solana. I think that's going to be the easiest way to demonstrate this. And we're going to select 5x, just give you an example Some of these you have a maximum, and some of them don't really correlate with the other ones. You'll see what I mean by that in a second. So we'll do 5x, and we'll do long. We'll just put one Solana right there, and we'll place order right there. Once this order executes, we'll go over to the next exchange. And I prefer to either use one of these exchanges like Paradex or Lighter here, because they don't have any tokens, and I think they'll have a decent token airdrop as well. So I'm going to do a trade on Paradex here. So another thing that you want to do is also get connected with your Twitter account if you haven't done that already on Paradex, and go over here to sell. So what I did was I put in a trade to buy, right? This is a long on Sol for 1 Sol at 5x. And what I'm going to do is put a short position, make sure everything matches my other trade, except for my direction for the trade. So I'm going to put in a short instead of a long for this one. So just click on confirm. So now that I have 5x leverage, I'll put in 1 Sol again, and I'll do sell right there. Make sure that you have the sell on, and then click on confirm sell. So let's see if this executes. And now I'm going to tell you why I did that and why I selected 5x, because some of them only go up to 5x. Solana goes up to 50x here. But if you look over here, if I was to selecting the maximum leverage on one of these, this one only goes up to 20x. So I want to make sure that my leverage matches both exchanges, the maximum leverage that I could use on both of them. So this one, you can see that I am negative, but on the other one, you're going to see that I'm positive. All right, so we didn't do it exactly at the same time. So we're off a little bit, I guess. But overall, we're going to be pretty neutral. This is called delta neutral trades. So you're neither going to be short nor long because they're going to cancel out each other. And what you're doing here, this might seem like it makes no sense where you're just canceling out your trade, but it really doesn't, because what you're doing here is you're building up the activity, the volume for the points. The points is really going to be dictated on how much volume you have. So you can see here my 14-day volume is $6,000. And I want to build this up as much as I can. Every single day, I want to have some of this volume, your weighted taker volume, your weighted maker volume. You want to have as much of this as possible. So that's why this is so effective, because you're going to be able to build up tons of volume pretty much risk-free. You can see here that if I click on volume, you can see my all-time volume is $61,000. Last 24 hours here, I have $33,000 in volume. So you can see that I'm building up this volume with a delta neutral strategy where I'm not going to be losing with these trades, yet I'm going to be earning all of these points to possibly get this huge reward. The average airdrop recipient for Hype got $28,000. And this guy right here, CC2 Ventures, got almost $10 million at the very top of the valuation for Hype. And you see tons of people got it. So if you're interested in this, guys, make sure you check out my other airdrops. I've created a list of it, and you can get it sent straight to your inbox. Just sign up for my newsletter here and check out my Discord. All the links will be down below. You can join a great community. So if there's any other airdrops or things you want me to check out regarding Hyperliquid or Paradex, I'll respond to everybody that leaves me something down there. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can do so, where I'm posting these things very early. And thanks for watching, guys. Take care out there and be safe.